If it's anybody who's seen Walking Dead and y'all seen what fucking Negan did to Glenn, that's how I feel about fucking old people. Just want to take a fucking barbed wire wrapped baseball bat.
I had a bad night
back
that
of
night
an
when
old
I saw
person.
that.
And just,
I was not okay.
It had to be Glenn. I was fine with the redheaded guy.
Can I say this?
But
the fucking Seamus guy.
Can I say this?
Seamus.
Can I say this? They had teased Glenn dying for like the whole season.
He's so likable.
Leading up to that, and they kept on be like, "Oh no, he hid under the dumpster, and zombies can't bend their knees and look under a fucking dumpster." Or he got shot clearly, but he fell and slipped in the dirt. He wasn't.
But you know
so
what?
Listen.
I'm listening.
When he got murked, I didn't even give a fuck no more. And plus, if it had just been him, maybe.
You know why?
But the fact that they killed Abraham beforehand, it was like, okay, they killed Abraham. I care more about Abraham because Abraham didn't get teased us with his death up until that point. Like I said, if they would have never teased,
you don't care about Glenn because everybody else
they
cares
hadn't,
about Glenn.
I just explained why I didn't give a fuck about Glenn, and I'm still not.
I have accurate. Glenn too.
But listen, if Glenn hadn't teased us at least twice before about Glenn dying, and he hadn't been the second person to die, I'd have been like, fuck. Like I didn't read the comics. Apparently in the comics he's the one that goes. I didn't know that shit. But had there been no teaser, and had he been the only person, I'd been like, damn, that is fucked up that they killed Glenn. But again, it was a teaser. There was at least 2 teasers of Glenn dying, and then they killed Abraham first. And like the way they built it up, you knew it was going to be Abraham first because he was like, well, it's going to be somebody who's going to hold their head up like a man. And you're like, he's going to fucking kill. He's not going to kill Rick. You can't fucking kill Rick with a baseball bat. It's not going to be Daryl because you can't kill fucking Daryl with a baseball. It's going to be the other next toughest motherfucker because you don't see him killing a woman. And he didn't really know the woman like that. I mean, everybody in the group is tough.
Right.
But Abraham was like, if you're going to fucking kill me, basically. So when he murked Abraham, I was like, man, that's kind of fucked up. Like, I didn't feel sad. But when Daryl got fucking Glenn killed, I wasn't like, oh shit, that's fucked up.
And they can't hold on to kayfabe for 2 seconds, man. Because right after that shit, I went on fucking Instagram and they all got pictures together and Glenn's fucking eyes
so
hanging
sad
out,
with Glenn
and they're all fucking got their arms around each other. They were all sad. They were all sad because it's his last day on the set and everybody they're hugging each other and his eyes hanging out. He's still got all the makeup and shit on, and he's like. And I was like, God damn, 5 minutes. Couldn't wait 5 minutes.
I liked Glenn. Like, if you watch the show from the beginning.
I liked him, too.
I liked the way that the characters became tougher over time. All the characters.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you had motherfuckers like Daryl that had a rough upbringing. And in a way, they became softer because you got to learn more about them as a person. They weren't just
Rick was the reason that because I was late to the whole Walking Dead phenomenon, I guess. And I was a few seasons behind when I very first started ever watching it. And Rick, the first time I tried to watch it, he was the reason I was like, I'm not watching this shit. Because the whole first episode is him like, and he's just running around crying and screaming everywhere.
Well, he's figuring out the world's over.
I couldn't do it, man. He's all in his hospital shit.
Was he that
and
dumb?
I'm like, this is.
I don't give a fuck. Rick
He got through the first thing, and then he found it was a tank and a horse and all that stuff, and all of a sudden you hear, and of course we find out that's fucking Glenn. But you hear, hey, idiot, you're fucking blah blah blah, or whatever the I don't know why Walkie was here. I don't know where it was, but I'm just like, this is dumb. They killed the fucking poor horse. Rick's a fucking pussy. I can't do this anymore.
How's he?
And now some guys in a fucking.
He's never seen a fucking zombie before.
Wrestling gimmick. 4 guys who don't have a lot of money, but they have horses. The poor horsemen.
The poor horseman.
That was
You
good.
know what I'm saying?
That was good. But I'm
I
like,
don't like the way my face.
when
looks
Rick
when I
found his family, I don't know why we're fucking recapping The Walking Dead.
When I
like this,
might as
like,
well now.
like this shit's hot
Because
news.
I stopped watching. Did they end it yet?
I didn't finish the season because I didn't have cable, and
This is the last season, though.
I don't think it's the last season, but
I thought they
because of
should
Corona,
end it soon.
because Corona, I stopped going to my friend's house to watch it. So, and I just never had the time personally to keep up. But at that first season, when they get to the camp and Rick finds his fucking family and like Rick's fucking crying, bro, I don't give a fuck with nobody says. Like, I don't mind. Like, if I watch something and it gets me emotionally, obviously this motherfucker thought his family was dead.
Oh, I'm definitely
his family thought he was dead, and He's just thinking, I'm going back to the camp. These people rescue me from this tank.
Right.
I helped them get out of this.
Meanwhile, the
wall.
fucking Punisher
And
was
you run up,
fucking knocking boots,
tearing up this wife's ass, tearing that ass up. But when you find your wife and son, and like the son was running like Dad, and Lori, the bitch that she is or was, she's like, where you going? Come back here, Carl. And Carl's like, get off me, motherfucker. That's my dad. And then.
I did not like Lori at first.
Oh my god!
But I quickly.
My god!
Several seasons in, I was like, "That's that bitch."
I gave no shits for Lori.
She is that.
This is how much I didn't like Lori, and she's not my least.
I wanted her to die.
She's not even my least favorite character on that show. But this is how much I didn't like Lori. When I was watching Prison Break on Netflix years later, I'm like, oh, this bitch Lori's on here. And when they brought her back in the third season, I thought she was there. I was like, I don't even want to watch this third season. Fuck her. Like, but sadly,
So Lori
wasn't even the worst character. Andrea was, oh my god,
she was,
bro,
she was
this
worse.
dumb bitch.
She was hard. She
Like-
was a hard one to watch.
Like, oh my god, I ran away from the governor. Let me stand 50 yards away from the prison and wave him down. And then the governor just come here, bitch. And they just, like, oh my god, bro, she was the worst. She had the chance to murk the governors, and I love the governor, but she had the chance to murk him, and she's just like, what if he can be changed? What if we could change his heart? And you could just stab that nigga while he's asleep. And this is...
Just get it over with.
Y'all would still be in a prison. Herschel would still have to. Well, I think he lost his leg, but he would have a head.
He'd have a life, right?
Bro, I know, and it's so weird. Like the main heel is fucking Negan, right? Like but I love him.
I tapped out.
Like,
at Negan.
I love Negan.
I tapped out at Negan because I just got like, oh, another governor. Okay, bye.
So
No, he's worse than the governor
I was
because-
watching.
I just tapped out. I tapped out.
I was watching their 100th episode special or whatever it was, and it was like a whole live thing. And so the host of The Talking Dead was hosting this 100th episode special thing or whatever. And so they had all the actual cast, characters come out on the stage as themselves, like just their actual. And then that's when I found out the majority of people are fucking British. Like
Right.
they all fucking
Yeah, it's so
speak.
weird,
Like,
yep.
and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But then Negan, Jeffrey, whatever the fuck his
Dean
name
Morgan?
is, Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
He came out, and the whole time you kept hearing people because there was like a whole like live crowd, and you kept hearing people in the crowd like, "Do the lean, do the lean." So finally he was like, I gotta do the lean. So he got up and he was just like, he hit that fucking shit. I was
What's
like,
the lean?
it's just
It's the way he stands.
Oh, it's a
Like,
Negan
He's
thing?
like, holy
Oh, okay.
shit, and he just does that thing, and I'm
Where
like,
he's like, what the?
yeah,
What the,
you know,
is
I
that
was
a
at-
surprise Negan or something?
yeah, he does that thing.
But it's
where
a
he just-
Negan meme.
It's a Negan thing, man, and he did it, and the whole fucking place went nuts.
Like,
I was
Negan
like,
was-
that's fucking awesome.
Negan was cool because, or is cool.
Is he still there? Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's cool because it's like he's an asshole. He's done
a
things
cool
to be.
asshole, man.
He's done things to be considered evil, but he was human.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, these people look to me to be a leader. I can do that, but if we got a system to work, you got to be an asshole. Goes back to the conversation we were having weeks ago. Like, obviously, you don't have to beat people with a bat,
Right.
but if you're bringing new people,
Machiavellian, you might have
if you're
to.
bringing new people into the fold, and you're letting them know, hey, the way you were doing things, it ain't gonna work. I'm in charge now. Unless they're just like, oh, we need a leader. No, you got to show them that, hey, I will fuck you up if you don't listen.
Right.
And I know you haven't fucked up yet. Well, I guess Rick's crew had murked a lot of his people. But even if that wasn't the case, hey, I got to prove to you off the bat that this is what will happen. There will be punishments. And there was a pun. It wasn't meant to be.
Back,
But yeah.
Back in like the medieval days, like and then this is kind of goes back to like the Machiavellian teachings.
Machiavelli, Illuminati.
Where they would take over, like a king would have to set a precedence. He'd have to go in and kill some people in the streets and make everybody chill out. Like, make everybody be like, holy shit, this is bad. And then, slowly but surely, you'll let them come back to some kind of normalcy. Let them come back, and they'd start having festivals. But they'd still have in the back of my mind,
Right.
if we start trying to rise up, we might get our heads
And
chopped
that's the
up.
thing about Negan. Like, he did what he did. He had his rules in place, and he was legit with those rules. He meant you follow these rules, you're
gotta
good.
do 'em, right.
But it was his generals that were like, we're gonna take a little bit more.
Right.
And there's no way you can be like, oh, but well, they did. Like, well, Negan said, yeah, but Negan's not the one collecting supplies. I want this extra shit.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can do. It was his generals that were assholes.
But that's how that goes, right?
Right. Like, obviously, if you're in charge, you're not gonna be out in the street collecting the shit you need to collect, unless. Like when Negan had to show up to fucking Alexandria, because motherfuckers was getting out of line. He was like, "Oh, let me actually pay them a visit," and shit like that. But
I like when he went into like Rick's. It was when they were living in Alexandria, right? When he went into where Carl and was it Michonne was staying there, and he was like fixing them. Like it was somebody. It wasn't Michonne. It was some other woman. But he was fixing. He was like, he like sat down at the table and put his fucking.
I think it was Judy, the little girl.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, and he was like talking about how he wanted orange juice or something. Like he moved in and was like, you were like, he can do that. Like if nobody's gonna stop him. They're gonna try.
But the thing about
like, he could do that. He was the greatest character.
The thing about going back to the governor, who I love the governor, like the governor, but he was evil for the sake of being evil, like.
Collecting the heads.
Like he's like, well, not even necessarily that, but when he's like, they're saying there's a solution. We can live in peace. It's a big ass prison. Y'all live on this side. We live on this side. No, he didn't want Rick and his people there. Period.
Right.
Like I guess he would keep the women because he was sadistic like that. But no, he didn't want you around. Like if you weren't one of his people, he couldn't trust you, and that's just not how things work.
Right.
At least with the governor. I mean, at least with Negan, he was like. All y'all people can live here. All y'all people do whatever you want. I'm just gonna murk one of y'all people first day, and then if you get out of line after that, and like that's why Glenn died because Daryl got out of line, and he had to. I mean, I think he had already proven he wasn't to be fucked with when he murdered Abraham, but still, now I'm gonna murder fucking Glenn, and he was cool after that. He didn't hold any grudges. Like the governor foolishly just held a grudge against Michonne because she stabbed him in his eye. Like sure, I don't want somebody to stab me in my eye, but. I'm not going to be so obsessed with this one person that it risks the downfall of my whole society.
And it was in a survival type situation anyway.
Right.
So it's like me or you. Like, at least I just lost an eye. I didn't die.
I liked whenever he told Rick to cut Carl's arm off or leg off or something. What was it? He had to cut his arm off or his hand or something like that.
But see,
and that whole scene, how sadistic and like Negan was like getting Rick to do it, and Rick was like, oh.
And see, that's my thing about Rick. Like his acting, like when he's sad, he's like, do it to me, and it's like it was very believable. No, bro, it's like
you believe it. You don't believe it.
What?
Rick's acting because he likes Rick's acting.
No. It's good, but I'm saying, who am I to judge this guy's acting? It was good, but he was like, he's too.
Well, I mean, if you don't like it,
all
you
he
don't
does
like
is
it.
cry. All he does is cry.
When they were still in the prison. And the fucking
like
one prisoner fucked up the prison shit, and they had the zombies like overwhelming them. And then Rick found out that fucking Lori, the bitch that she was dead. He was fucking like, cause he had been beefing with his fucking wife, and now he'll never get to apologize. And he's like, oh,
bro,
like that fucking face,
and he just saw him. That was a good,
that face broke my heart, bro. I was
he didn't
like,
have to say anything.
He's just fucking looking at, and then like Rick.
That was a really good scene.
Like Andrew Lincoln, he is that mango. Like before they get to not Woodbury, before they get to
mango. Why do you hate that mango?
Before they get to Terminus, and they run into the evil dudes that had fucking Daryl with them, and then they come across Michonne and fucking when they finally catch up with Rick, Michonne, and Carl, and they're like, like the one's going to try to fucking molest Carl, and they're basically they're going to kill these motherfuckers because they killed one of them men, and Rick bit that motherfucker's throat. That's like pure protection.
That was
like
good shit,
I'm a fucking, my hands are tied, but hey, you're not fucking hurting my son, you're not hurting my people, and he ripped his fucking throat out, man, with his teeth, and then they fucked him up, bro.
Like a cat.
I loved it. Again, I don't know how we got on the topic of Walking Dead.
Why not?
I just said I don't know how we got.
Back to Abraham and Glenn, since that brought us onto the discussion. Let's just be real here. Abraham was a bigger loss to the group than Glenn. We all liked Glenn, but a bigger loss was Abraham. Abraham was way more capable of doing way more. Glenn's going to touch you on the back and be like,
but see, the thing
thanks
is,
for the help, guys. Yeah, can you help us come fucking take some trees out?
But listen,
zombies, Glenn?
Everybody but fucking Bob. I don't remember if you remember fucking Bob. The black dude. That was an
like, the first
alcoholic.
season?
No, it was
I
later.
don't remember alcoholic.
It was after they left.
I think I do. Did he use the stick?
No. That's Morgan.
Morgan, yeah, Morgan.
I hate to say this,
Morgan.
but unless your name's Michonne, if you're black on The Walking Dead, you're fucking useless. Like, you guys have done nothing. Tyrese, the worst.
Oh yeah,
Bob-
Tyrese didn't do any. Yeah,
Bob was fucking useless. Somebody else. It's two more people. But who were we just talking about?
Morgan.
Morgan.
No, the Bob.
I can't kill no. I can't do it. I gotta.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm gonna knock the zombies out. Nigga, they don't sleep. Kill that fucking
I'm gonna
zombie.
knock the zombie.
And then fucking Gabriel. Oh. Like, I think Gabriel's starting to fucking get some usefulness, but he's
Gabriel's
the priest.
The priest, yeah.
Oh my. So yeah, unless your name is Michonne and you're black on The Walking Dead, you're disappointing. You're just fucking. It's bad. But no, going back to Bob. What the fuck did Bob do? I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Like,
It was something to do with Bob. It was because how useless he was.
Fuck. I don't
You were
know.
talking about black people on The Walking
Well, it was
Dead.
before that. It was before we even got there. But I started thinking about how useless. Fuck it. I don't fucking know. The most useless black person on The Walking Dead was the black dude that was with the governor. Because when the governor started wilding out, he was like, "Nah, nigga, I'm not a part of this." And he got the fuck out of there. And
got
we
straight
never
out
saw
of
him
there.
again.
Completely.
Another black person that was useless, the dude that played Dr. Dre in the NWA movie. That motherfucker just left Tara. He's like, you know what? Peace out, Tara. And we never saw this motherfucker again. Like, another useless black person, the person that Michonne knew from her past, the other black chick that had the kids that were trying to fucking. It's just.
I like Michonne. She was one of my favorite characters too. Besides
Oh no,
Negan.
you were saying about Abraham versus Glenn, and I was going to say Glenn wasn't useless, but he wasn't muscle. Like, obviously, all of them, because they had been in
Muscle
it for
means
so
more
long,
then at
but
that
because
point
they
when
had
you
been
have
in
to
it for so
survive.
long that Glenn was very clearly was capable of killing zombies.
Right.
He hadn't killed the person until they came across the government, not the government, until they came across Negan's people, and he killed the one dude in his sleep. That was the first time killing a person, but. You knew he was,
About him killing somebody in their sleep.
but you knew he was for the shit because obviously they're going to protect.
Yeah, but
this
we don't
unit.
need somebody who's going to sit there and say a prayer before they kill somebody. We need Abraham to come in and
fucking bro kick him.
Well, everybody can't be
Broken.
everybody can't be Daryl.
That's true. That's true. The quiet assassin.
Like when at the end, like before they met Negan's people, and it was it Sasha, fucking Abraham and Daryl,
Borat.
and he blew the motherfuckers up with the fucking rocket launcher, and you weren't expecting that shot. I was like, oh shit.
I did forget about that.
He was like, yeah, you're going to go in the back and you're going to get all the shit you guys got. And then, boom, motherfuckers blown up. Like, Daryl was a... like I said, I didn't finish this last season, but they're on their way to making my man softer. If he ain't dead. I don't like us.
Who, Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah. It does seem like they're making him a little bit softer.
That's an ugly looking motherfucker, man. I'm sorry.
The guy that
I'm
plays
sorry.
Daryl?
Like when he
whatever,
cries,
Norman
that's the
Reedus
ugly
or
crying
whatever.
motherfucker.
Norman Reedus.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just saying that's that guy.
With
man,
Meryl,
he
when
did not
he
get
found
blessed with
Meryl
looks.
dead, that ugly ass face he made, I'm like, whoa, bro. I hope nobody ever makes this motherfucker sad, because he's the ugliest crying person I ever met.
I know. He takes some tips from Rick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, that was a fun little discussion that we did not plan on.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but
So if any of you guys are fans of what's the show called?
The Walking Dead.
Dead. If you guys are fans of The Walking Dead, give us some of your favorite memories. If you guys enjoy, I don't know what else. What are some of the good? I mean, we pretty much covered all the important stuff that happened during The Walking Dead.
I don't think all the important shit, but it's obviously a
All, like, the
long running show.
milestones.
It's
Yeah,
a long
it's
running
still
show
going.
and
'Cause
still
I used to
going,
be
and there's
real big into
spin-offs.
it, but because there was Fear the Walking
And
Dead.
then I think there's a new one that's coming out because Fear is still
I'd be
going, as far as I
interested.
know.
Is it really?
Yes, as far as I know.
Jeez,
Like, it's a
Louise,
different
zombie
tone.
people.
It's a different tone.
It was,
I
yeah.
started watching.
It's more like a horror with them.
I don't
least
even
the
know.
first
It's
season.
they're not ricking them. They're not
What are they?
in the thick. They're not like ass kickers. You know what I mean? It's taking them longer to get to that.
Right.
Like
right.
Rick and them were like ass kickers was that second season.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So These
Yeah,
folks are
humans
still
were the worst thing that they were worried about. Not
right, and that's how it's been. Like they haven't worried about zombies in the longest time on
Right.
regular Walking Dead. Whereas, as far as I know, in Fear the Walking Dead, it's still mostly zombies.
Right.